Alright, good afternoon guys. It's Brian again of Kid and Dad Moto Vlog. Yan. So as you can see, we have our 2014 MV Agusta Rivale 800 sa ating background. So alam nyo na yung gagawin natin for today. So we're gonna be reviewing our 2014 MV Agusta Rivale 800 and yan, para at least may share ko rin sa inyo yung aking mga experiences sa kanya and of course yung mga specs, kanyang mga features, since this is quite a bit old na model, no, 2014. So at least yan, may share ko sa inyo yung mga specs, features and kung ano-ano pa man na meron dito sa ating Rivale 800. So as you can see, yan, nandito rin tayo sa ating paboritong tambayan pagka may mga re-reviewin tayo or mag-photoshoot tayo. Alright, so without further ado, let's go ahead and dive deep into the Rivale 800. Yan. So as you can see, pininturahan natin to, no, recently. So ang kanyang kulay ay deep bluish, ano na nga ba yun, dark bluish, dark metallic bluish something. Ayan. So recently ang kanyang kulay ay pula, but since naka-black siya sa kanyang certificate of registration, so binago natin siya and we opted out for this colorway, yan, for this livery. Yan. So simulan natin. Yan. So it's an 800cc. To be exact, it's 798cc and meron siyang 125 horsepower at 11,600 RPM. And meron naman siyang 81 Newton meter of torque at 9,600 RPM. Yan. So ang classification ng bike na ito ay hypermotard, no? So it's the counterpart of that of the like of Ducati hypermotard. Yan. So magkapareha sila ng stance. If you are riding this bike or you are on this bike, it feels like nasa ibabaw ka niya and you are not inside the bike, no? So parang halos wala kang makita sa harapan mo kundi yung kalsada lang. So you will not be able to see the cockpit o yung dashboard, yung manibela. So nasa ibabaw ka talaga, parang it's as if you are riding a dirt bike. Ayan. And tingnan naman natin yung kanya mga mga piyesa. Yan. So sa front part niya, meron tayong Marzocchi. It's a 43mm upside down Marzocchi fork. Yan. So this one is an Italian made fork. So it only translates to a very good performance. Yan. Ang kanyang laro ay hindi masyadong stiff since it's a hypermotard. So medyo squishy siya, medyo bouncy. Kahit na isagad mo yung kanyang compression, it's still gonna be a little bit on the bouncy side since it's a hypermotard. So fully adjustable na rin po yan. Yung kanyang compression, yung kanyang repound at yung kanyang preload, lahat po yan ay adjustable dito sa bike na to. Ayan. And then let's go to the kanyang brake. So simulan natin sa ibabaw. So it's equipped with a Nissin Brakemaster cylinder. Ayan. And it's partnered with a Brembo 4-pot caliper. So I think this one is an M4 model. Ayan, it's one of the top of the line of Brembo, parang third or mga ganon. Hindi siya yung pinaka top of the line, pero it's one of their top performing brake calipers. So it's also equipped with a stainless steel braided brake line. Ayan, so napaka-importante niya lalo na sa mga aggressive riders at kung itinatrack day nyo yung inyong mga bikes. And also, it's partnered with a 320mm floating rotor disc. So this one's also a Brembo. Ayan, so Brembo, Nissin, That's a very good performance pagdating sa braking power, no? Okay, so let's go to the rear. Ayan. So yung kanyang rear shock is a SAX. Alright, so it's a progressive SAX. Fully adjustable na rin, compression, rebound, and kanyang preload. Everything is adjustable na rin. So yung kanyang rear shock naman, hindi siya kasing spongy or kasing bouncy nung harapan. Sinagad ko yung rinay ko isagad yung kanyang mga adjustments, and medyo nasa stiffer side siya. So yung harapan lang yung medyo bouncy, no? Alright, so let's go with the yan, yung kanyang rear wheel is already a what do you call that? Yung kanyang rear ay ano na rin, single-sided na rin. Yan, so napakaangas niya. It gives that perception of parang top of the line, no, yung mga premium bikes, kasi normally mga premium bikes lang, mga Italian bikes yung gumagawa ng ganito, yung single-sided swing arm. Yan. And ano pa ba? Yung kanyang seat height ay 34.6 inches. Yan, so susubukan nating upuan. Medyo mataas po siya, and may mga tropa tayong mga nasa 5'4", 5'5". Medyo bitin sa kanila yung or medyo mataas sa kanila yung height nito, no? So ano siya, tiptoe yung mga tropa natin, mga 5.4 feet ang height. Yan. So upuan natin para makita nyo. Alright, so as you can see, I'm 5'8". Hindi ko siya masyadong flat foot. So yung toe ko lang yung nakadapat sa sahig. Yan. So imagine I'm 5'8", and if 5'4" yung uupo, medyo ano na talaga, bitin na talaga, tiptoe na talaga. Ayan. Alright, ang kanya namang weight, dry weight niya is 178 kilograms. It's a little bit on the lighter side, pero hindi ganun ka-light. I had bikes na mas gaan pa rito sa kanya. Yan. So you have to take that into consideration, na medyo mataas yung seat height, and then medyo hindi siya ganun ka gaan. So medyo magkakaroon kayo ng challenge to navigate or to maneuver the bike, lalo na kapag nakahinto siya. Ayan. Ano pa ba? Ang kanyang tank capacity ay 16.6 liters. Yan. So sapat na siya. However, on my experience, this bike is quite thirsty. So 16.6 liters para sa akin is still not that good, kasi nga medyo matakaw siya. So I think it's averaging around 11 to 12 kilometers per liter on a city scenario. Ayan. So ano pa ba yung nakalimutan natin? Ayan, yung kanyang cooling system, meron siyang radiator, yan, para sa tubig, yung malaki, and yung nasa baba naman ay ang kanyang oil cooler. Yan. So alam naman natin yung mga Italian bikes are very notorious for being hot. Yan. So it's actually not ideal to buy an Italian bike on a tropical country, but of course, since yung mga motorcycle enthusiasts or yung mga Italian fanatics, they don't care if the bike is that hot, as long as yan, maari nila yung mga pangarap nilang bikes. Yan. So in case sa mga paggamit natin sa kanya sa day-to-day basis, medyo mainit talaga siya, and it's above normal if you're gonna compare it with a Japanese bike. However, hindi siya ganun kasing init like the Ducati. So nagkaroon na rin tayo ng Ducati, and yung Ducati yung talaga notorious for being very very hot. Yan. So this one medyo tolerable pa siya. As you can see, naka shorts tayo, so nato-tolerate ko pa yung kanyang init. So hindi siya ganun kapangit, kasama pagdating sa engine temperature. And what else? Yan, yung kanyang brake sa likod, nakalimutan natin. So yung kanyang brake sa likod ay Brembo rin. Yan, it's a single piston caliper. However, hindi naman ako nagkaroon ng mga issues sa kanya, and hindi ako nabitin sa kanya sa ating day-to-day basis na paggamit sa kanya. Ayan. So, what else? Meron siyang mga sports, meron siyang mga riding mode. Pakita natin. Ayan. So, as you can see, naka sport mode siya. Alright. So, it has rain. Hindi natin mababago hanggat hindi siya umaandar. Yan, so never mind. Yan, so meron siyang sport, rain, road, sport, and yung custom. Yung custom, pwede mo siyang i-configure depende sa inyong preference or sa inyong riding style. So meron siyang traction control hanggang 8 yata yung kanyang traction control. So pwede nyo siyang yung kanyang brake, engine braking. Yan. So everything is configurable pagka pinili nyo yung custom. Yan. Okay? So yung ating experience dito, yun nga, medyo matagal-tagal na rin sa atin itong bike na to, and maraming beses na rin natin siya na gamit ng medyo malayo-layo, as in sa mga places like sa Marilake, sa may Tanay Rizal. And para sa akin, solid din yung niya, no, yung riding performance niya. However, medyo weird yung kanyang feeling pagka ikaw yung nakasakay, dahil as what we have mentioned nga, pag nakasakay ka sa kanya, parang you are sitting on top of the bike and not within the bike or with the bike. Yan. So napaka-weird nung kanyang feeling. However, yung kanyang performance, hindi mo naman siya matatawaran since it's an Italian bike. Talagang bikes that are Italian made are made for performance. So for very high performance purposes, no. So wala ako naging problema sa kanya. Madali siyang corner. Maganda yung kanyang braking system, as what we have discussed. Yan, napakaganda ng kanyang set sa yung kanyang braking system. Maganda yung kanyang power and torque. Yan, napakalakas ng kanyang torque, and as yung kanya namang power, yung kanyang horsepower, yung kanyang top end power, napakaganda rin. We were able to top the speed 256 kilometers per hour sa straight sa highway, and may BPK pa siya actually. So may parang may mga something like 3,000 RPM na natitira pa. So I think it's gonna top at around 260 something kilometer per hour. Yan. Ano pa ba? Yan. So I think that's about it. Yan. Yung kanyang temperature, never pa naman akong naka-experience ng overheating sa kanya. So very good pagdating sa kanyang temperature management. Yung kanya nga palang exhaust ay yung stock exhaust niya. Dati naka-performance exhaust siya. However, may nakipag-swap sa atin dahil dapat bibilin sa atin to. So, iswin up ng stock exhaust. So, naka-stock exhaust siya ngayon. So, medyo tahimik siya. Hindi ko masyadong gusto yung sound signature niya kasi napakatahimik niya for an 800 cc bike. Yan. So it's a 3-cylinder nga pala, no, nakalimutan natin banggitin. It's a 3-cylinder. Yan, napaka-special ng kanyang sound, napakaganda ng kanyang sound, and as like yung sa ating Triumph Split Triple 765 RS, it's also a 3-cylinder engine. Ang ganda, sobrang ganda ng 3-cylinder, and napakaraming advantages, like kompleto siya. You have the best of both worlds. Yung torque ng 2-cylinder at yung power ng 4-cylinder, kompleto siya. So talagang may enjoy mo yung 3-cylinder engines. And right, so that's about it. Let's wrap it up, and hope you like our content for today. So if may mga tanong lang po kayo about this bike, please do comment below. And if you are new to our channel and you like our contents, please consider unsubscribing. It's gonna help our channel a lot. Yan. So yun lang. So it's Brian of Kid and Dad Moto Vlog. So we're here in La Loma in Biak na Bato. Nandito uli sa may abandoned building. So we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you so much, and see you on the next video. Peace. Love y'all.